Hi there, it's Andrew Wayfinder with Your Soul's True Work. And today I want to talk about how we go off the rails, emotionally or otherwise, and what to do about it. So Tolstoy famously observed that happy families are all alike, and unhappy families are unhappy in their own way. And I think he was only half right. That the conditions for happiness are quite simple and common to all happy families. And at the level of symptoms, your unhappiness can feel uniquely personal and overwhelming. And, there comes a time in any therapist training that you get introduced to the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistics Manual, which is the Bible for making a diagnosis. And it's literally thousands of pages thick and has, an overwhelming number of conditions and checklists and categories of symptoms. And the thing is, when you look at the symptoms of your problems or the pains in your life, they are like the leaves of a tree. They're limitless. But if you go down to the trunk, if you go down to the roots of the problems, there's only 3 ways you can get into trouble. Now, this is based on the basic observation that what is a human being? A human being is an organism living in an environment. And in order to live in that environment, you need to meet your emotional, physical, social, and spiritual needs. The good news is you're designed to thrive. You're here because your ancestors survived, which means that for thousands of generations and tens of thousands of years, someone made it into the next generation. And with each successful, moving into the next generation, your genes, your skills, your information, your understanding was improved. So that when you're born, you come in here with this set of physical, emotional, and social needs that need to be met. You come in with the genetic potential to meet those needs, as well as innate capacities to meet the needs. And then ideally, you were born into a family and a culture that teaches you all the necessary skills to activate that potential. So if you're in difficulty, there's only 3 ways that you can be in trouble. First, your needs in one form or another are not being met. The primary need is for safety. So if you're in an unsafe situation, physically or mentally, that is going to cause profound stress on your system. If your needs for nutrition aren't being met, that's going to cause stress. If your need for control or respect isn't being met, that's going to cause stress. The next level is your capacities for meeting your needs have been damaged through trauma, accident, possibly even neglect or some sort of negative circumstance. So, we have these capacities like the ability to form attachments, the ability to use your imagination, the ability to have long-term memory, the ability to observe yourself. These are all ways in which we're able to observe the world, navigate the world, engage constructively and powerfully with the world. But if those capacities have been damaged, as I said, through accident, physical or emotional, or through misuse, that's also going to cause stress and interfere with your functioning. So, for example, imagination is a great tool, a great resource, but not if you're using your imagination to scare yourself to death. Worrying and catastrophizing and black and white negative thinking. These are all misuses of your innate capacity to meet your needs. And then the third way in which things can, go off the rails in your life is that there are missing skills or information. You literally don't know how to do something, were never taught or shown it, and that way I worked with someone years ago who was very, very depressed, and what it came down to was they didn't have sort of the basic social skills around how to meet people and make emotional connections and friends. So, not having that skill, not having that confidence led to them being very lonely and detached and kicked off a kind of depressive response. So anyway, as I said, you come in with your set of emotional needs that need emotional, physical, and mental needs and spiritual needs that need to be met. You come in with a capacity for meeting those needs, and then ideally you're born into a family or a culture that gives you the missing skills and information to activate your full potential. So if you're and when all those things are in place, you're like a plant in the right spot. You can't help but thrive and grow. But if you're having difficulty, it's going to be one of those three things, or possibly a combination of them. So if you check the link below, there is a link to the How Am I Doing, which is just a simple self-assessment tool to track where you are on 12 different dimensions that deal with your physical, mental, social, and spiritual needs. So you can identify if you're weak in any one or more than one area and take action towards it. So I hope that's helpful, and have a great day. Okay, bye.